I have a problem. Every year my family decorates our house with Christmas lights, inflatables, and more, and so does our neighbor. And it's become an unspoken friendly competition of who can do it better. That's not the problem though. The problem is we both got nominated for the local neighborhood Christmas lights award thing, and well, they won. We didn't even merit an honorable mention, and that's just not okay. So this year, we need to go bigger. No, that's not big enough. We need to go bigger and bigger. No. We need to go, yeah, that's a start. But no, we're gonna do even more. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Josh, I already have a bunch of Christmas lights and inflatables and so forth, and I don't want to buy all new just to make my home smart. And I'm with you on that. I have plenty of lights and I don't want to start from scratch either. This is the GE Smart Outdoor plug, and as you can tell, it's been raining recently and it's basically waterproof, water resistant enough. You'll still need to do the proper electrical things to all your wiring to keep that safe as well. What I like about this plug is that in addition to being good for outside, it has two different outlets that are controllable individually from a smart app using the GE app or your favorite assistant, Google or Lex, and can basically smartify all your existing lights and inflatables and so on. While we're at it, I'm going to show you different things you can do with your existing lights or your new smart lights to keep things fun. For instance, all around my yard, I've created these Christmas trees. Now these are just basic, dumb Christmas lights that I already had on hand, connected to a fun extension cord that has connections on both sides and is outdoor friendly again. And to create this Christmas tree, I have just two basic pieces of wood and this 3D printed star topper. I'm gonna make this file available for free in the description so you can download and print your own. I've got a couple other 3D printed files as well, including a variation on this Christmas tree topper. These stakes that you can 3D print to keep up your lights and line your entire sidewalk, driveway, whatever you'd like. Again, I'll make this file available for free in the description below. Here is that other Christmas tree topper I mentioned. This one's designed specifically to go on a Christmas tree. Again, that file is free to download below. These are the Nanoleaf Outdoor lights. Now all the smart lights we'll discuss today will have various scene options, and Nanoleaf is no exception. They have plenty of options actually, and you can download and make your own. What's great is if you have more than one kind of Nanoleaf light, those scenes will work across the bunch. The downside is Nanoleaf doesn't have very much outdoor options as lights go, but they're really good outdoor friendly lights. And I like that these have an interesting shaped bulb. From a distance, they end up looking like a combination of Christmas tree light and Christmas tree ornament all in one, so you can do a little less. And that Nanoleaf bulb shape goes on to our next item in the list as well. If you have a porch light, you can bring it into the Christmas festivities with a smart light bulb. Now, I have a Nanoleaf bulb, which is fun because they have that same kind of geometric shape that the outdoor lights have. If you have a clearer housing than I do, that will show. But I've also got a link below for several different smart bulbs. This one is Bluetooth and matter controlled. If you prefer Wi-Fi, that's what I'll have as an option. Anything will do. But what's great about smart bulbs is you can change the colors and kind of make them match to the rest of your house and keep things fun. In this case, green, but you could go purple, blue, or whatever you like. Now for a little bit of fun, these are the Philips Hue string lights. They're kind of expensive, but they look really good. You can do just about anything you want with the string lights, and I'm gonna have a few options in this video, but we're gonna start with an arch. I'll link this arch as well. It is very affordable, and I think over the years I'll continue to expand it down my pathway and add more lights, but doing it little by little keeps it affordable. These lights can be changed across various scenes, and I'm going to be honest with you, that's one area where Philips Hue lets you down a little bit. Their scenes are probably the worst of the options that we'll talk about today, especially because they give you different options based on seasons, but not all at once. When I first started recording this, all I could pick was Halloween, which doesn't do me any good. And even now, my options are weird. And heading up more towards the top of my house, we have another example of what you can do with LED lights. I've taken these and wrapped them around this wreath. These are actually twinkly lights. Now what's great about these is they look a lot like Philips Hue lights until you buy these bulb caps. That's what's giving them these fun look to them as well. Now, if you happen to have Philips Hue LEDs, they'll fit these as well. So I'll link both down below. The downside to Twinkly is that a lot of their scenes are set for their smart curtains and don't always look as good on their string lights or the next thing we're going to head towards, which is the coolest product that Twinkly offers. This is Twinkly's smart deer lights, and they're amazing and awesome. There are two versions, of course. There's the doe and there's the stag. And what's really great is the doe arrives fully assembled with nothing to do. The stag requires a little bit of assembly, but it's not bad. And together they look absolutely amazing. Again, Twinkly scenes aren't the best. They're clearly meant for their curtains, but you can find a few that work pretty well with these. And I can't overstate how amazing they look in person. You can buy one or the other or together as a bundle for a slight discount. And honestly, if you could afford it, I'd go for both. Now let's head to the front of my yard to look at something a little different than we've seen so far. These are the Govee Icicles, and you should check out my full review for them in my other video, but they're pretty amazing. They're kind of like another Govee product that we'll look at in just a second, but at night, they really do give you sort of an icicle nice look. I've placed them on stakes out front because I already have lights on my house, but they do look pretty decent as icicle lights placed on your house. You do what's best for you, but they're a great recommendation. These are the Govee Christmas String lights, and this is the original version that I reviewed. Check out my video for that, not the new version that I've also reviewed. They look great outside. The one downside to them is that they won't work with those twinkly caps that I showed you earlier, but of all the different Christmas lights you can buy, Govee has the best scenes. And they have a feature that lets you sync everything together, which is pretty great because we have even more to show you from Govee, starting with the ones that we have attached to my house forever. Now, the one thing I really hate is taking down and putting up Christmas every single year. You can make your life a little bit easier with these permanent outdoor lights. These are Govee's incarnation, and this is the first version of them. I've had them up for a couple years now, and they're still going strong. But Govee isn't the only company that offers them. I'll link several brands below so you can get whatever brand you've chosen. And if you want something slightly more bombastic, there's always the Govee's curtain lights. Again, several companies offer curtain lights, including Twinkly, but I like Govee's because they have a lot of outdoor Christmas string lights that you can sync together in one. So this is the regular curtain lights too that I reviewed. Go ahead and check that out while you're at it. And they fit nicely anywhere on a house or indoors once the Christmas season's over, which makes them pretty versatile. But if this isn't bombastic enough, then what you need to get is the curtain lights 2 in a bigger size. Yes, this is the Govee curtain lights 2 in a triple size. It covers my 2-car garage nicely. Now, one pro tip, if you're gonna hang these outside and not in front of a garage, I would suggest attaching the clips that come with it because they will tangle in the wind. These get tangled a lot, but the scenes for these are absolutely fantastic, and you can draw your own. And when you sync all of Govee together, whether just in a straight group or dream view, they really do work as one. And if you really want to get cool, you can do the dream view that works off of music. So then your house reacts to music. So while I have shown you lots of lights that come from different companies, I do recommend picking one and sticking with it because most of them do work together this way. But if you have one final question, it's how am I going to easily turn this on and off without using voice commands? I've got an option for you. This is a flick button. In this case, it's the flick twist, which is overkill for our needs, but I like the way it feels in the hand, so that's why I've chosen it. You can use the Flic System to bring all your smart lights together, even from different brands, through either Google Assistant or Alexa, and then set up a routine to turn them on or off with a push or a double push. So if we want to turn the lights on, we go like this.